It's Aaron from GTAO Vlogs. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're up here in some mountain country. We're going after some placer gold. I'm going to be doing a little bit of testing along in a couple areas that I haven't sampled with just a simple gold pan and a classifier. It's kind of a hard to get to couple areas, so take you along and let's see what we can find. Thanks for coming along. All right, now these areas in here are pretty tough to get to, and really what I want to just do is I want to do a little bit of sampling along on the side area down in here. This is one of the areas I want to sample right down in here. I got a few colors. See them right up there. That's just the first little pan. Quick pan right there. Got a few colors right in here. Looks like a little piece right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5, 6 little colors. There's probably some more smaller ones down in here. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and concentrate a bunch of pans down into one pan and let you know if I find anything pretty decent in here. All right, more later. This is my 5th pan, and what I've been doing is I've just been super concentrating the material in the actual gold pan. So it's really like my 5th classifier, and I'm just concentrating that. I'm not panning it all the way down. I'm just panning it down to get the lighter material off the top so that I can concentrate more into one pan. Then I'll pan it out and we'll see what we have after 5 full 1/4-inch classifier screens from this spot. And then I'll do the same thing with the other 2 spots, or at least one of the other spots. We'll see how it goes. But this is interesting because what we have here is massive roots run right along the top of the bedrock. So, or they would be deeper. So we got massive roots here. We've got some cobbles. We've got a lot of cobbles. And then we've got decomposing granite, which is what this white material is here, along with a lot of small roots. There's a lot of fine roots. Basically, this trap down in here is right on bedrock. You got the big roots and all the small fibrous roots in here intermixed with small cobbles, some larger cobbles. Unfortunately, there's a lot of broken glass in here as well, so I have to be kind of careful and watch it when I'm grinding the material in there with my hand. I got to be careful. Anyway, that's the look of the material in this particular spot. It looks like a pretty good gold trap for me and from my perspective when there's a massive flood in here. One of the only problems perhaps is that the water can wash everything pretty much right on out down into the deeper water right there. So anyway, I'm going to do the number 5 classifier screen. I'll classify that down, and then I'm going to pan out the concentrates to see what we got in that one pan there. All right. Well, let me tell you, this is some fine gold. I'll show you where it is if you can't see it. Right up there in the top. Right up in here, I got about 15 pieces, probably more like 30, because I mean, it's some fine gold, and it's really hard to move it around with all this black sand in here. I've got a real heavy black sand, and then also a bunch of lead. You can see I've got some pellets and some BBs there, or split shot probably. So, you know, I got about 15, maybe 20 colors there from those 5 pans. And of course, it's just a real crude test, you know. I really want to get down into that where it's deeper. You know, I really want to get down into there. Where it levels out, right down in that area. That's all bedrock. That's decomposing granite. You can see the roots. You can see the roots on top of the bedrock. That's all roots, large roots, small roots, cobbles, and that's all heavy stuff. It's going to stay in this area. So this would be a really neat place to come in and do some more exploration. But for right now, I got 15 colors at least out of this little area in here. I did some digging over here, I got out quite a bit of material out of there and some over here. So just a good little test. I'm going to go on to the other couple areas. All right, stay tuned. Spot number 2. Pretty bad, really pretty bad. Couple colors. Couple colors right in next to the piece of lead. There's a color right there. There's another one right there. It's very fine. It's very flat gold. This one right here wants to float on the water. It's pretty tricky panning. There's probably some more finer, maybe some ultra fine 200 mesh minus down in here, but anyway, sample area number 2, not so great. That was 5 classifiers full, pan down to just 2 colors and a piece of lead. All right, on to number 3. Well, that's it for me here. Sample area number 3. Not even an obvious color in there. But I'll admit I'm getting kind of tired, so I only did 2 pans in that area right there, or 2 classifier screens, so it's not a really solid effort, but I don't even see a color in the pan there. I got a feeling that, like in most rivers, the gold that gets caught up in these side areas, in these side traps and collection points, that gold is indeed there. It does get caught and sometimes in these places, but in general and for the most part, the gold works its way down to the deepest spots in the river and along the cracks and the crannies and the pockets and the bedrock along the bottom of the river. That's where I think the most of the gold makes its way. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right, just a short little trip there. Do a little bit of sample panning with the classifier. It's a pretty tough areas. To get in there with any kind of equipment. So I wanted to do a little bit of panning, and actually surprised. I thought I'd find a little bit more color than that. But like I said, you know, the gold has a tendency, in my opinion, to migrate its way down to the lowest point, which is in the middle of that river behind me, and along the course, wherever the pay streaks are. And the stuff that we find up in the shore and on the sides is trapped from floods in the past, from old river channels, things of that nature. Anyway, thanks a lot for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one, everybody.